Hello everybody, welcome to another game of the CDL. I am Maut, here on Dota. This time we're going to be bringing you MIT versus SIT, Stevens Institute of Technology versus Massachusetts Institute of Technology. God, that's a lot to say in one sentence. But that's alright, because you know what? It's Thanksgiving weekend, which means that turkey will be had by all very soon. That's right, this is actually going to be the last game I'm going to be casting before I go away for Thanksgiving, so I hope you appreciate the time and effort that everybody here on Dota, plus, you know, the caster, myself, of course, the teams do. There's not a lot of holidays for us, but Thursday there will be one. A lot of tryptophan, a lot of football. I'll actually be heading to Buffalo, New York, of course. But this time around, we're going to get into the game, Stevens versus MIT, and I'm pretty excited, to be honest with you. I'd like to, if there's anything wrong with the cast, please let me know in chat. I know there's probably not going to be a whole lot of sound for the picking phase. It's just been a bug that Dota's been having. But if, you know, in game, if you don't hear any sound, like you can hear that Darkseer didn't say like anything as he was just banned out. But if you hear like nothing in game, please let me know. Like during team fights and things of that nature. If you can't hear me in general, like you can't hear my mic, also let me know. That would be annoying. So we're gonna get into the game real quick, and we're already gonna get some ban outs here. Naga Siren and the Darkseer, of course. Interesting ban for the Naga Siren first ban. This is going to give MIT, you know, the pick of the litter with the first pick here. And I want to say, I had a lot of games this weekend, a lot of fun games. But it's so nice to be able to do a best of one. Just one best of one, you know, one night. And just relax, you know, play Dota the rest of the night. I did about 7 Fnatic games. I counted them. Fnatic NA games for the Gosu Cup America. And it was between 2 days, and I cast them with 2 different co-casters. One of them was Purian Flax. And if you guys want to go ahead and check those out, they'll be on the NeoDota YouTube page, which is youtube.com/NeoDota2. And they were a lot of fun. But I gotta say, they picked Templar Assassin almost every game. Literally every game, Whitebeard played Templar Assassin. I was talking with Rolo afterwards, and he's like, well, yeah, I mean, he just started playing mid not too long ago, and that's literally like all he plays. So it was pretty funny that nobody stopped, you know, no one banned him out, because I don't think they lost like one game with him on Templar Assassin, and he dominated it. He absolutely crushed the opponents. He killed so many people, it was mind-boggling to me. Speaking of Templar Assassin, MIT will pick it up first, unsurprisingly. But they also ban out the Batright, of course. Rubik's banned out as well. So SIT can go ahead and pick up Jakiro and Undying if they did, you know, if they really want to. Or Sven is another big pickup that we see all the time. Magnus as well, as, you know, starting to get into the metagame a little bit. Actually, just played a game as Undying versus Magnus, and gotta say, having a pipe against all that team fight's pretty nice. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me once again. I'm Maut, as you can see here in the overlay. The should say at MautDota2 here for my Twitter. They will pick up the Magnus and Lich. An interesting first pick on the side of Stevens. I've seen Lich played often, but not for, you know, not with the first pick, obviously. Lich first pick, you know, it's kind of questionable. He's certainly not going to get banned out. I mean, I don't think MIT was like scouting SIT here and like, well, who do they usually play? Oh, Lich, we might as well ban him out. I don't think that happened. So the next 2 pickups here will be Bounty Hunter and Wisp, of course, from the side of MIT. 2 strong heroes. 2 very strong heroes. Bounty Hunter used often as an offlaner. Wisp used, of course, in a tri-lane generally. And huge for ganks. If you get a Sven or a Tiny or even a CK, you should be scared, because that's a lot of power in a gank. That, I mean, it's essentially like free kills. Invoker will be the next pickup from Stevens, which is interesting because usually when you see a Magnus pickup, you're like, oh, mid Magnus, definitely, yeah, of course. But it doesn't seem to be this case. In fact, he probably will be off lane. Actually, he's, I think, more common now in the off lane than he's in the mid lane. Invoker will probably be sent there, though. And we'll get in the next ban phase. So I hope you guys are having a good week right now. There's a lot of Dota action up and coming. Of course, the Gosu Cup America did finish. Fnatic did win against Root Gaming. And then SCCS went on, and I casted that. That was a lot of fun. So thanks for joining us here on NeoDota. Bans will come out. Tide Hunter ban is the first of the second ban phase from MIT. The Engineers, as they're so called. No team name for SIT, though, Stevens. Surprisingly. Stevens was a team when I swam for college called Hartwick in Oneonta, New York. Stevens was a rival team that had so many good freaking swimmers. A lot of them came because the programs were so good, of course, scholarships and things of that nature. And we often thought it wasn't fair, but they were just so strong in swimming. We hated them. So I have not a very soft spot in my heart for SIT for Stevens, of course. Stevens located in Hoboken, New Jersey, which we always called Hadouken, New Jersey. That's a terrible joke, I'm sorry. Massachusetts Institute of Technology, a little bit more prestigious than Stevens. Famous for being in that great movie Good Will Hunting, of course, with Matt Damon. How do you like them apples? Famous catchphrase from that movie. I'm sure you all really care. Sand King will be the band from the side of Stevens. So interesting bands from Stevens right now, but it's actually taking a bit of time here to get into this next band. There's actually going to be Venomancer here real quick from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So, countering TA, going to be difficult now with those two bands, the Batrider, of course, the Venomancer, but Leshrac still available. Green of Pain, sort of a soft counter. Axe, as we've seen Sleazel pick up, Sleazel +4, of course, the very famous SCCS winners. Sunday Evening Cup Series, a tournament. That's an amateur tournament, I should say. But I don't think we'll see an Axe, even if he is banned out, or isn't banned out, excuse me. I don't think we will see one. So we're taking a little bit of time, though. It's a little bit of a slower paced captain's mode, but that's just fine. In the meantime, I forgot to do just this. There we go. That should look a little bit better for you guys. Keep that on when I stream. I like to see my frame rate. It's kind of a nuisance up there, though. Alright, so still here right now. We will get another band. Will be Jakiro. Surprised he made it this far. Undying, still available. Dirge, of course, a very strong pick. Sven as well. I don't know if these two teams really know how the metagame works right now. I'd have to imagine that since they're both amateur teams, they play for college tournaments. They're sort of like, I mean, it's a little fun game. You know, it's almost like a scrim. Of course, it's the lower bracket, obviously, in the CDL. You know, teams like UNC, Cornell, very strong. I wonder who won that game, actually. I'm kind of interested to see who won that game. I have to check the bracket later on. I was unable to cast that one as I was casting the Gosu Cup America. Of course, with Pyrian Flax. He's a good guy. He's just a really good guy. He's fun to cast with, smart. He doesn't know a whole lot about Dota, but he's getting there, and, I mean, he's really funny. He's pretty exciting, too, so just needs to get that Dota knowledge, and he'll be, a pretty good caster one day. Speaking of Sven, though, he will be banned out by MIT, not surprisingly, so that cleave damage will not be available. That Stormhammer, of course, that Warcry is so very strong in the early game, and, even into the late game, of course. If you can let him get him some farm, get a Daedalus on him, it's just, like, gross. That guy is huge, and he kills people really quickly. I don't want to deal with that. That's not something I want to have to touch. And, of course, with Magnus available, that's like, well, you know, you get a reverse polarity plus a Stormhammer equals a lot of dead people. I'm sorry. Like, there's just no two ways about it. Enigma, the final band from the side of Stevens. 2 more picks for each side, and then we'll get going. If you're driving somewhere this week, please be safe. Flying as well. It is Thanksgiving. I hope you guys enjoy your meals. For those of you that are staying home, you're lucky. Get the warm comfortness of your bed. Your computer as well. And you're saying, well, Maut, you probably have a laptop. You could just like play Dota, in Buffalo. And I'll say, no, I don't have a laptop. I have a desktop because I have to cast and stream. So we will see Chaos Knight and Luna be picked up here. That's actually, Chaos Knight, not surprising for MIT. This is going to be Gank Central. You're going to see a lot of relocates, of course, with the track. I mean, like, already, this team is scary to deal with. The one thing that you have to think about is that there's not a whole lot of team fight, which is nice. You've got a lot of single target damage. Wisp, of course, with his spirits, though, very underrated damage there. Templar Assassin with side blades as well. But Luna, the pickup there, see that more and more often. Of course, Eclipse damage, so very strong. Plus the Magnus ult, if there's not any BKBs available early on, this could get pretty ugly. And, oh man, you forget, Magnus reverse polarity into the Luna Eclipse plus the Lich, the Chain Frost, and not even including the Invoker. That could be scary. That could be something that's really dangerous. Final picker from the side of MIT is going to be the Enchantress, and we will see a dual lane with Chaos Knight and Wisp, probably in the safe lane. The Enchantress will be in that jungle, or they might go aggressive. Actually, they could very well go aggressive tri-lane here. Send Bounty Hunter into the off lane. We'll send Templar Assassin mid, and the Earthshaker pickup is the last pickup. So team fight central versus single target damage. Stevens versus MIT. The battle of the ITs, the Institutes of Technology. We're going to get in just a second. Once again, I hope you guys are doing very, very well here this Tuesday evening. So, on the side of Stevens Institute of Technology, we're going to see Warlord 6664 on that Lich, C1 on the Magnus, PPDGT will be on the Luna, TT Star, CN, so we're just going to call him Sad Face Star, will be on that Invoker, and Lynn will be on that Earthshaker. On the side of Massachusetts Institute of Technology, we're going to see Most Rainbow Dinosaur Fruit on the Templar Assassin. Dirty Jenkins will be on the Chaos Knight. Lodged T will be on the Bounty Hunter. Sexecutioner will be on the Wisp. And Marco, not Macro, I get a little bit of StarCraft in me. On the Enchantress. Good luck, have fun is called out. We'll get into the laning stage of this game very shortly, and the start as well. So the best of one, this is the Collegiate Dota League, MIT versus SIT. We're going to pause real quick. And once again, what would be an online tournament without some pauses? So Magnus will be sent to the offlane. It looks like he's got some observer wards on him. He will try to ward this camp, but it'll be difficult if Dirty Jenkins is able to get out there in time with his team, but it doesn't look like he's heading there. So the tri-lane looks like, or I should say dual lane will be bottom for the side of MIT, with, of course, the Enchantress heading to the jungle. Will help out, probably with a Dark Troll Warlord or Centaur Khan early on. Templar Assassin will be mid, and the Bounty Hunter will be in the offlane. Let's look at the side of SIT. We are going to see Earthshaker plus the Lich, and it looks like we're also going to see PPD here on the Luna head to the top lane, which will be that tri-lane mid, will be summed up here with the Invoker, and of course finally the Magnus in the offlane. Good, says MIT, waiting to get back into this game. 34 seconds before the game even starts. The game hasn't even actually started just yet. So thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Maut. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you may do so at MautDota2. You can find it up here, of course. Twitch as well as /MautDota2, twitch.tv/MautDota2. I've been doing a lot of matchmaking streams recently, but it's hard to keep my frustration playing with my friends sometimes because just, I mean, you play with them a lot, and then they make these mistakes that that, they really don't make those mistakes too often, but when you see them make those mistakes, it's just like, how does that happen? A frustrating game indeed, Dota is. The game will be unpausing, of course. Chaos Knight will be the one to do so, and we're going to get the game. Circlet will be his first pickup. It'll probably be a bracer early on. Magnus looking to ward this up. He's playing very cautiously, but of course he should be. He doesn't want to get killed by this guy right here. Ping's coming out. I mean, the thing that's really annoying is that in Dota they've changed it. The ping sound's, of course, missing now. You can't hear it really in-game when you're the caster. Of course, pick phase as well. It doesn't make any noises. Pausing. It's just a little, it's these small things that you miss. But I'm sure Val will iron that out in just a moment. Nice ward there on the side of C1. He's going to put one here right in the jungle. He's waiting for just a moment. Not sure what he's waiting for, but he will put it down. The longer he stays, the more dangerous he's in. He's actually going to put it right on top of the spawning point. Usually you see it like somewhere like here, or even over here, but not like here, or even well, over here sometimes. But usually you'll also see lane ward there, but that doesn't look to be the case right now. And we'll get into the game real quick. So the tri-lane will be top, dual lane bottom, with Enchantress, of course, in that jungle. And Marco looking for a creep early on. He's going to get a Centaur Khan, and that's going to start his jungling off. The Wisp, and this is going to be a combo you're going to have to keep tabs on. If they can get some rotations down here from SIT and stop the farm of Dirty Jenkins and its Executioner, they can save themselves a world of pain. But then again, they've got a lot of team fight as well. Any sentry wards here from Warlord or from Lodged, it doesn't look like it. How about Lynn? No, they do not get the sentry wards, so Lodge will be just fine early on. He'll be able to shadow walk, he'll be able to steal experience, but we do get the pulls going on. There's no wards here on the side of Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I'm just going to say MIT from now on. Stevens a lot easier to say. TT Star doing okay in the mid lane right now. Templar Assassin as well. Already getting some right clicks on the tower, nothing going on there. Enchantress actually looking for maybe a gank here with that Centaur Khan early on, but this ward will spot it out and Magnus will back right off. So they should figure now that he just ran straight away, and I think they have to understand that there is a ward here. There's no pings out just yet, so Marco's going to head back, keep jungling right now. The gank doesn't go early on. Fraction charges popping off for most Rainbow. And Lodge will be just fine up here. He is still only level 1, but that's fine. Alas is going in the favor of Chaos Knight. 5 for the Luna. Standard stuff. Going with Slippers. Only 1 in Slippers right now. Usually you see 2 or something for that poor man's shield, but that's not the case this time around. Templar Assassin, standard build. How about TT Star? Going for what seems to be a Null Talisman, interestingly. We usually see the Phase Boots build, especially if you're going to go Quas Exort. That is not the case right now. I mean, he is going Quas Exort, but he's not going Phase Boots. Observer Ward up here in the top lane, going to give them vision. This is an interesting ward spot. You don't see this too often. Usually you see it over here or somewhere up here on the high ground. Most Rainbow will still get that regen rune just fine. Does that have vision on the rune spot? No, it doesn't. So I don't know what the point of that ward is. It's a rather interesting placement. Regardless, still will prevent them from getting ganked from the river. At least for the moment. Pretty lackluster, no aggression I should say, early on. So nothing too exciting, no crazy 5-on-5 team fight before the game even starts like we've seen with Fnatic and the Gosu Cup. But Lodge with his Shadow Walk will sit right here. Do we have any Sentry Wards just yet? Yes, we do on the Earthshaker. He's looking to go. He's going to chase, but now Lodge T is actually out of the Sentry Vision. And he'll get away smartly. I don't know if he knows that got popped down, but he has to be careful. He goes roaming back there, and again, he might be in some trouble. And Marco still with just the 1 Centaurcon, doing an okay job of farming. 12 last hits for him. Radiant leading the way, 14, 13, and 12 for their carries right now. I guess since really isn't your carry, but still, just get that farm. Of course, Magnus is very low on mana right now. He's actually been using Shockwave to try and last hit. He's got 5 right now. Not a bad job there, but actually Marco looking for a gank mid right now. They have no vision here. TC Star will see this, though. There's no trap available, I don't think. Not just yet, no. And they're looking for the stun, and this is going to be a long dive. They're actually going to miss it. And the Cold Snap will fly out on Marco. This very well may be First Blood. Marco taking a lot of damage and will go down. First Blood going to the side of the Invoker. Nice counter initiation there. And not a good gank. It's tough. It's very tough with that Centaurcon, and without the trap or slow, without any sort of setup stun, it's very hard. TC Star realizing this, getting in tower range, and just, it's not a good play from MIT, but that's alright. It's only 1 kill, and the farm's still going the way of MIT right now. Jenkins missing that last hit. He's got 17 right now, not bad for him, though. He's doing alright. There is the Sentry Ward here for SIT in the lane, but Lodge T is he's doing okay, actually taking barely any damage right now. He's level 3. He's tied with most of the heroes in that lane, so not surprising. Regen rune, Phase Boots will be coming relatively soon for Templar. Popping that regen though, so that she can have an easier time getting some more mana. C1 rotating. Looks like he's heading for this Illusion rune. He will find it. Doesn't have a bottle though, and we're actually going to see a nice ward come out from Marco. C1 thinking about going on to Marco, but it's not going to happen. And Dirty Jenkins, level 4 right now. Executioner level 3, and almost to level 6. It's going to be a little while, but when that does happen, it's going to be scary. Looks like a Soul Ring recipe up on the Earthshaker. That's going to be some more mana. Same thing with Seaman. Once he gets level 6, it's going to be very scary. He's actually level 4 right now. I have to see how he plays out with his reverse polarity. PP is level 4 as well. 2 in the Lucent Beam, 2 within that Lunar Blessing, which is really nice bonus damage, by the way. Interesting tri-lane from, you don't really ever see Lich and a Earthshaker and a tri-lane together, but with Luna here, this could be very dangerous. I really want to see how they play it out with the reverse polarity, though. If they can get that combo off, it's going to be absolutely devastating, and I'm going to be shouting, like, at the top of my lungs. But we'll have to see. We've got, it's 5:27 of the game right now. Not too much farm on Wisp, obviously. He has a lot of tangos. Healing Salve plus the Observer Wards, obviously, on the Wisp. Dirty Jenkins with the Treads, not the Bracer just yet. Very soon, though. Lodge staying back here in the top lane. So very passive game early on, 542. But I can guarantee you, once we see these heroes hit level 6, especially C1 as well, we're going to see some fights. They're going to force the issue. And already T-Star is level 7, so that second level Invoke should be up shortly if he decides to go for it. Not sure if he will, though. Yep, there it is. And he's also got his phase. He's got almost a Null Talisman, which will be very important. And we're going to see actually C1 trying to... I don't know what he's doing with the Wildkin Warchief here on the side of the Enchantress. Meanwhile, Marco has DD. There's going to be a trap. It's going to fly. They're looking for a gank here. There's a Cold Snap trying to stop Marco as well. He's going to heal himself with his shield. The Enchant as well. Nice kill from the side of Templar Assassin. Skewer going to save Seaone's life for the moment, but Marco's still trying to chase. Seaone's pretty fast. He should be able to get out just fine. The Wildcat's sitting, not doing much. Looking to go on, doing a little bit of right-click damage. The trap is popped. They're diving very far for this, but it's not going to amount to anything. So they get the kill on the Invoker. Nice gank there. Wanted to get on Seaone, but the Skewer just providing him too much maneuverability, and he will get out fine. Magic Wand must be finished up for them. Chaos Net right now. He's got 31 last hits, 36 on the Templar Assassin, so already MIT's got a nice lead in terms of farm. 27 on the Luna, could be doing better, of course, but not so much. Actually, we hear an initiation from Maut. He does have 3 points in the Janata, 1 to Shadow Walk. He'll be just fine. There's no sentries here that I can see. Are there any sentries on either of these heroes? No, it doesn't look like it. So, unfortunately, this trial lane not going so well for Stevens, and that's because they're not really getting a ganks here on Bounty Hunter, and he's almost level 6, and then he can start roaming, and then that's going to be really bad. So they need to get something going there, and it's just not working for them. They did get that first blood on TT Star, but that's just it. I mean, that's all they've got right now. Let's look at 721. It's a little bit early. I usually check at 8 minutes, but the graph's looking about 500 for experience going in favor of Radiant. Actually, hold that thought. Looks like we're going to be getting a gank here. There's going to be some L damage. Will miss, though, so they will back off. TT Star smartly backing away, saying, hey, I don't want to die again. Gold graph right now, almost it's almost about 1,500 in the favor of Massachusetts, or yeah, MIT. So the farm going well for them. That kill on Invoker as well going to be pretty important. Rotation top from Matt and Marco right now, but I don't think he could take this 3-on-2 with Lodge T here. Still not level 6 for him. He's actually going to rotate around through the river. C1 back down to the bottom lane. He's still not level 6. He wants to get these levels very, very close, and a few more last hits, or even just staying and getting the experience, and he'll get there. So 1 for 1 at 8:08. Once again, a very passive game. Thanks for joining us. This is the CDL. I'm Maut. Been casting pretty much games non-stop here recently, and thanks for joining us in Neo Dota. Please feel free to follow us on all of our stuff, whether it be Twitch, youtube.com/NeoDota2, twitter.com/NeoDota2, things of that nature. Seeing a chase coming here. Templar Assassin with that haste rune, looking to go on Seawind, trying to get some meld. Seawind's still going to be very fast. He can skewer away, and he'll be just fine, so he actually doesn't even need to use it. That would have been a long dive for the Templar Assassin. Might have seen some TP rotation as well. He will put up a trap there on the high ground. Ping coming in from Marco saying, I've got a Dark Troll Warlord. Let's go on the Invoker right now, but the Invoker will back off. They do have this ward here. I'm not sure if they saw Lodge come mid. They may have, and TT starts staying very close to this tower, so not surprising. It looks like they did see that on the side of Lodge T. Bottom lane is Executioner level 6 now. He's not. Dirty Jenkins is, though. But that doesn't really matter because, of course, you don't get that Phantasm until you're about level 9 or 10-ish when you get these two maxed out. TT Star. Still trying to farm away. He's going for mostly Exor right now. Looking for a, they're going to go for a gank here, but nice Ghost Walk. Excellent play there from TT Star on Lodge T. Not getting a, if he gets that track off, that's going to be a dead Invoker, but unfortunately that's not the case. And in fact, they're actually chasing after C1. Nice trap usage on the side of the Templar Assassin. C1 trying to get out. Magnus still not level 6. He cannot afford to wait any longer. Skewer going to bring them into tower range, but will he get out? Shuriken Toss not going to get the kill. Refraction still taking care of the tower. And with that Refraction, they're able to get the kill there. So nice play. And no rotation, actually. Invoker looking for something right now. Ghost Walk on cooldown. Relocate. Just level 6. There's the Chaos Bolt. Only going to be 1 second. The slow going to go up. There's the Reality Rift. Plus the stun from the Tether. This should be a kill. And in fact, it does go to Dirty Jenkins, who's got 1,700 gold in the bank right now. So good gank there from the Chaos Knight. 3-1 for MIT. And they're in the driver's seat, and PP is not doing much in terms of farm. He's caught up a little bit. He's got 44 right now. He's got 400 Lucent Beam. He's got his Eclipse as well, and they're going to look to fight soon. But Magnus still not level 6. Hasn't had the easiest time in that lane, but he's only died once, so you keep that in mind. DD Rune being pinged out for the Bounty Hunter. And Blink Dagger is purchased up for the Templar Assassin right now. Going to give that maneuverability. MIT looking at PP right now at the side shop. It's a weird name to say.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sword will spot out Templar Assassin. If she dies, it just has to come up. In fact, they will ping right on her, so they do see this. Ping coming from the Invoker, of course. C1's starting to get some farm in the bottom lane. Tower has been pushed back. Templar Assassin looking for a gank on mid right now. Does have a DD rune up. We're actually going to see a 3-man rotation from Stevens. They're ready to go right now, pinging on the Templar. Actually, that's Marco, but they see this coming because of that ward. There's no smoke ganks happening right now. It's just sort of brute force. Let's, like, you know, Let's just go through the river. It's fine. Lodge T will get spotted out, but he's got that Ghost Walk, of course. Crack is up, I think, 2 of Dust, and he's in some trouble. Nice Fisher. There's going to be a reload coming in, though, from the side of 2. There's the Tether on it, 2 right now. Damage going out. There's a 4-second stun on the Lich. They want the kill. Invoker going down as well. Killing spree for the Templar Assassin. Will they turn this into more is the question. Ren trying to get it. He's still tracked. A lot of damage, a lot of damage, a lot of damage. And Lin is dead. Double kill for the Templar Assassin. And 6-1 for MIT, and that was not a good rotation. On the side of Stevens, they needed a smoke if they wanted to do that, but they just decided to brute force right through the river, right through this ward, and unfortunately they get caught out. So C1 now, he does have reverse polarity. He's level 7 right now. He's got no blink, 0 on skewer. But they're going to try to pressure this tower. It looks like with DD they should be able to do a decent job, but C1 is actually going to get dove right now by the Templar. There's the meld damage. Oh, it's so much, and there will be a kill here. That's going to be a mega kill for the Templar Assassin. You see how strong this hero is.
Temple steps. Had you
Such a strong hero, even with the trap changes. Most Rainbow playing pretty well right now, and Marco actually rotating in and looking to maybe pressure this tower just a little bit. And Luna's still trying to get some farm. 48 last hits right now, 65 for the Chaos Knight right now. I want to see what he has. Going for that armlet, will have it finished up. It does need to fly out real quick, but then that's going to be a lot of damage. And of course, with this Executioner and relocate up in 15 seconds, they'll be looking to maybe go on somebody. And right now, TP's coming in the top lane. We actually do see Templar Assassin rotating in, but she might leave very soon. Yeah, she's going to get right out. She's like, I don't want any part of this. So she will back off, and Marco's actually not too far behind, but he's actually very bravely here in this jungle. Trying to farm it up, but here comes C1. I think he did get vision on Marco just real quick, and he'll back off as well, but now TC Sar sort of in a bad position. He'll back off as well. It still doesn't have that null talisman. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of farm since that early on gank. 38 last hits though, so it's not as bad as it seems. And bottom tower right now getting pressured here by MIT. I want to see the graph. 5,000 experience. Gold is 4,000. It's a lot. It's a lot for 13 minutes in the game, but Stevens, they've got the team fighting power to really turn this around. They just need to get level 6, but of course in this tri-lane, that doesn't really help you. I mean, you've got 2 heroes that really revolve around team fights in a tri-lane, and they're both level 5 still at 13 minutes in the game, unfortunately. So once they get level 6, you can imagine SXT will fight, but when will that happen? Might be too late at that point. The urn is up on Wisp right now. There's the armlet finished up for the side of Dirty Jenkins as well. And C1 going to try to get this back a little bit, but he can be dove, I think, by Dirty Jenkins if he pops that armlet and gets a nice little chaos bolt off. So I think these teams can play a little bit more aggressively, but it's just not happening. That being said, of course, this is sort of a little fun little game. I mean, it's the CDL, so this is not a professional game, and of course, I'm no professional player either, so who am I to judge? And Marco pinging out the illusion room with the Taskmaster, something we don't see very often picked up. Of course, giving you that move speed, which is always nice, but a lot of better choices, of course. And this tower being pressured top, and this is what Stevens need if they want to try to take a little bit of advantage back towards their favor. Track flying out from Lodge, and there's the fort, but now they're backing off. They do see a rotation from Enchantress. This is in deny range, and they're not even going to try to take this tower, unfortunately, so this should be denied. Marco looking to do the job here. It's very low. Very low. Deny. Deny the tower. Deny the tower. Alright, you know what? They denied mid. Maybe they'll give him a shout out to, you know, actually deny this tower. It doesn't look like they're doing it, though. Meanwhile, mid, TT start taking a lot of damage. They do deny the top tower, by the way. Nice tornado. He's going to try to ghost walk away. It's on cooldown for another 18 seconds. TP coming in. Actually, it's a relocate. Didn't even need to happen from his Executioner. Kind of a waste, but it doesn't matter. C1's here as well. He's got reverse polarity. He's gotten power. Looking to go. Gonna skewer right in. It's not gonna matter. Oh, he's gonna be back in 1 second. He's gone, and he takes Templar Assassin with him. In fact, I think if you left Templar Assassin there, they get the kill on C1, because you can probably just solo them, unless you use reverse polarity, but even then, still, they'll pressure bottom lane right now. This tower should be going down. 8-1 is the score. Armlet is popped, and it's getting a little out of hand right now, and of course, these heroes, I don't know if they're 6 yet. No, they're still... Lyn is only 5, but Warlord does have that Chain Frost right now. They need to get Lyn some farm somehow, some experience, at least not farm necessarily. Still doesn't have a Soul Ring. He's actually got enough to buy it, I believe, if he wanted to, but he's not going to do so, it looks like. Lodge is rotating around. He's looking for some sort of track here, some sort of gank. Not a whole lot of vision for them in the jungle, so this will provide it for them. Not too many sentry wards on the map, if any. There will be a Midas on the Luna, so you'll have to keep that in mind. It looks like she is going to go for the Helm of the Dominator, stack those Ancients. That's going to be very important. See, when we rotate top, he's actually got a bottle for himself right now. 8-1 the score again. And 3 rotating here from MIT is their award here on the dire side. It doesn't look like it, so they'll be unaware, but Lin is going to back off wisely with his teammates. PP going to farm the jungle. He has his Midas. He already used it at least once. I haven't seen how many times he's been using it. Looking at the net worth chart, actually, Templar Assassin leading the way, unsurprisingly, with that Blink Dagger. Of course, the BKB will be finished up relatively soon, and that's going to be a big deal. Once this is done, Templar Assassin is pretty much just going to go ham in team fights, regardless of what they do there. I mean, it's going to be a lot of damage. Is CK going the same route is the question. I really want to check, and we'll find out in just a moment. He is going for that Ogre Club, so it looks like it will be a BKB. And that's not surprising if you're on the side of MIT. You're like, yeah, well, they're going for a gigantic team fight lineup. Why don't we just all go BKBs and just not worry about it? I believe Reverse Polarity does go through Magic Immunity, but not sure. I don't think it does any of the damage, so don't quote me. I'm not the best when it comes to
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
TP's coming in. Looks like they might want to try to fight this. So trying to pressure as 5 is SIT. They'll actually back off, but they might get initiated on. Long TP time though for the Chaos Knight, so they won't be able to counter initiate here. So Stevens will back off, and it's just like they're trying to look for something and they can't get anything. They're trying to pressure towers, but TPs are coming in, and I mean, they did a little bit of damage to that tower, so they can come back again and try to finish it off next time around. But this gives room to Marco to farm, who doesn't really need it. Of course, Templar Assassin as well. Very close to that BKB, just needs a few hundred gold. And last hits, 93 on the side of the Chaos Knight. Earned gold, and Bounty Hunter's got quite a bit. Maybe he's going Deso or BKB. Probably would not be surprised to see BKB. He's got a lot of gold, though. And might see an initiation here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
MIT looking maybe for an initiation. SIT's all here. Marco is not. Let's see when they're going to try to go up here on the high ground. Is there a sentry? It doesn't look like it. Bot's not getting spotted out here. It's Executioner taking a bit of damage from that shockwave. He'll back right off. Trap going to hit up on Lin. And Stevens is just going to get pushed back. They're getting bullied right now, but, I mean, they're losing in levels, I think, and in gold, so they can't really afford to fight anything here. Lin is level 6. They do have all their team fights. Maybe they could. I mean, right now there's only 3 here in mid. If they can get a favorable team fight, they could go, but I don't know if they know these guys are bottom, and they should. The creeps are there, so surprised that CIT is not looking to capitalize on this. They're just sitting back by their tower. Trap is being popped up from the side of Most Rainbow. And Magnus looking just the last hit. He is tracked up, so not going to go in just yet. And now MIT's going to back off as well. And if this keeps going, MIT's just going to win this by attrition. Despite the fact that that Luna does have that Midas. She's trying to use it on cooldown, but not so. Dire structures are fortified. I think there was some pressure on the top lane right now.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And might see an initiation. Is there a sentry ward there? I don't know if they saw him somehow. Luna backing off. Most Rainbow looking for the kill. Trap going to fly off as well, so he'll get out of there just barely. Now rotation coming from bottom, but there is this Brady ward here. So again, Executioner and Dirty Jenkins will back off as well. And he'll have his Mithril Hammer very soon. So MIT just playing better with the map. They have that map control. They have that awareness. And SIT is just sitting back. They're not doing too much. It's 8-1 right now. I mean, I'm surprised both teams aren't really doing anything. I feel like MIT could put a lot more pressure on right now, and I feel like SIT could try to go for a team fight. Meanwhile, actually, Dirty Jenkins is going to get a kill on the Earthshaker here. I'm not sure if Relocate wasn't used. It was not. But they have some time to push this tower. It's actually very low. So this tower will go down pretty much for nothing. No fortification available. Dirty Jenkins will take it. He's got 2,500 on him. That should be close to a BKB. Of course, the 1,600 for the Mithril Hammer, 13 for the recipe, so very close.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they're going to rotate mid right now.
Dire's top
9-1 is the score, and SIT has really just not gotten anything going in this game. TP coming in for the Templar Assassin. It's unfortunate because you see such a strong lineup right now, and from the side of SIT, you're like, well, I want to see some team fights. Looking for Marco, he'll be able to back off. Shockwave going to do a little bit of damage, but they're going to keep chasing, and they might get counter-initiated on. There's going to be a trap, maybe just to slow this up, and now Steven back off, and we might see some initiations. Executioner up on the high ground. There's going to be a blink, a lot of damage on the lane. It looks like he might go down. He will Echo Slam just so he can get it off before he dies. There's the Chain Frost, Deafening Blast as well. Most Rainbow taking some damage, but he's getting healed right now. Not too much other initiation. C1 very low. Does not have enough mana for a Reverse Polarity. Nice Tornado. Eclipse going to fly up. Will he get any kills is the question. They're looking for more, and surprisingly, they're not able to get anything. That was just such a long team fight that really didn't happen. I mean, now they're going to try to go back in right now. Warlord going to go down from the meld. TT Star as well. I think that one more. He's going to try to ghost walk away. He's trapped. Doesn't matter. He's going to go down. PP is going to be in some trouble as well. There's the blink for Most Rainbow. Going to try to get another kill. There's going to be the trap as well. He's in some trouble. He really needs to back off. Lucy Beam going to try to stop his advance, and it's going to be too much. The Urn charge, of course, plus the damage, but the Fisher will save his life. Urn slowly ticking. Is it enough? Is it enough? It doesn't look like it. 47 health, and Luna will live just fine. Dirty Jenkins is here on Seawin. Seawin has no help right now. He's a 4-second stun. No reverse polarity for him. There's a godlike streak on the side of Most Rainbow, and it's 13-1 right now, and they, I think they've got this game. I mean, it's usually too early to say that at 21 minutes in the game, but they're just playing so much better than Stevens right now. And you got to give Stevens credit. They picked a crazy lineup, but 12K at 21 minutes and 10K in experience right now. That's just way too much. The net worth going crazy to the side of MIT. BKB will finish up for Templar Assassin in just a moment. As you can see, something is flying at her. She's got 2,100 gold plus the BKB. I thought for sure she didn't even buy it yet. Dirty Jenkins has his as well. They're going to look for Roshan, and I don't see why not. And this should be actually rather quick, especially with the meld damage from Templar Assassin. Neck will pop up. Nice Sunstrike, though. Will catch them out. They'll need to rotate. This is the time to strike right now if you're the side of Stevens. You need to go now. This Roshan will go down, though. It's not going to be quick enough. And I think that Dirty Jenkins will pick this up. In fact, will do so. And that's it. They're not going to go for a team fight now. They needed to rotate quicker, and it just didn't happen. Of course, the tier 2s are all gone. Only one tower gone on the side of MIT. And they just need to keep putting pressure on. C1 without his team. Very, very, very dangerous place to be. Regen rune popped off for the Templar Assassin. She'll head back mid, and they'll try to pressure this. And if they can take a team fight, they'll actually have the game, no problem, I'm pretty sure. I mean, only level 1 ult for everybody, and that's actually level 2 for the Luna, but it's on cooldown. But still, they need to get a good initiation. They need a blink for Magnus. This is why you see him sent mid so often, just so he can get that farm. But he doesn't get that farm. He doesn't get the blink. He can skewer in, but they're all actually sitting relatively close together, and he should be looking for an initiation, but it's not happening. So, just it's way too passive. I mean, you gotta have to have something happen. I mean, if you don't make something happen now, it's just gonna be too late anyways. You can't get your Luna any room to farm.
Top tower is under attack.
And they're pinging for the defense, but what else are they gonna do? MIT's not backing down, though. They've got the Aegis, they've got the Chrysalis on the Templar Assassin, they've got the BKBs. As soon as that initiation happens, you know, they'll pop the BKBs. Which is why, I mean, I guess that's the thing, that's why they're not initiating. So, of course, I mean, BKB is hard to initiate into. I mean, pretty much the game is already over. Once these BKBs finished up, the game was over. They never made any sort of initiation without, you know, those BKBs available. I should say they never initiated onto them when the BKBs weren't available. And they do have the blink on C1 right now, so if they want to get that going, they'll have at least them all clumped up and stunned for a few seconds. BKBs are popped right now. Echo Slam not going to do anything. It was only on to the Templar Assassin. C1 taking so much damage. He's going to go down. 4-second stun. Bounty Hunter getting that kill, and Stevens is in a bad position. The Chain Frost will fly out. Mech's going to go, though, so it doesn't even matter. This tier 3 should be going down. There's a fortification available. Not that it matters. Dive is on. Luna taking some damage. There's the Eclipse, but look at the kill on Executioner. It doesn't look like it. Beyond Godlike Streak for Most Rainbow. Double kill for her as well. And that's got to be it. I mean, the tier 3 hasn't actually even been taken yet, but still, I mean, Cold Snap on Most Rainbow right now, taking so much damage. He actually might go down. Refraction going to and meld up as well. There's going to be a dust, and it looks like TT is going to go down. Dirty Jenkins saving the life of the Templar Assassin, who will blink down. They'll take this tower. They'll take the Rex as well, probably. Buyback will happen from the Invoker, but 17-2, 25 minutes of the game. Just too much farm. Dirty Jenkins looking for more right now. There's the cast bolt. 3-second stun. Reverse polarity. Only getting one, it looks like. And C1 will go down. Executioner not even going down. So Aegis is actually popped from Dirty Jenkins. Cold Snap flying into him right now. He's taking a bit of damage, but he will pop his BKB. There's going to be Blinken as well. TT Star taking some damage. 3-second stun. Fisher going to fly out, trying to save his life. Most Rainbow. There's the refraction. He'll be fine, I think. Yes. And the GG is called. So 25 minutes into the game. MIT taking it very convincingly. 20-2 is the score right now. Not sure if they'll get any more kills, but Fortification actually going to fly, despite the fact that GG was called. And it looks like it'll be 21 kills. Absolutely will be. Once again, guys, thanks for joining us here on Dota. I know it wasn't the longest game in the world. It's only a best of 1. 21-2. MIT, very convincing win right now. Stevens, their story ends here for the Collegiate Dota 2 League. Once again, thanks for joining me. I am Maut. You can follow me on Twitter at /Maut Dota 2 on Twitter. twitch.tv/Maut32 as well. Neo Dota you can find here. Subscribe if you'd like. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/NeoDota2, youtube.com/NeoDota2. And NeoDota.com, of course. We've got a lot of great stuff happening, of course, and Much Ado About Dota. Always a lot of fun to watch. The VOD for the episode last night with LB is up, if you want to check that out. Also, if you'd like to check out me and Pyrian Flax casting the Ghost of Cup Americas from this weekend, you can head over there on the YouTube site as well, and we've done a bunch of games. We did a bunch of games on Saturday. Once again, I'd like to remind everyone to have a very safe holiday. It is Thanksgiving for us Americans. Please, please, please have a safe holiday. Drive safely, fly safely, stay safe, enjoy some Dota games. I will not be here for the next few days. I'll be back on Friday. Of course, I'm driving over to Buffalo. But I appreciate you joining me. Thanks for coming, guys. Have a good night.